welcome aboard. We're going to have another European flight over here today. We're going to be going from Marseille over to Zurich. So in the Fenix A320, let's hop into the cockpit, get all fired up over here. First thing I'm going to do is get some sound down over here. Let's get our battery power on 1 and 2, external power. And then we'll get our flight in to the system here and get our boarding started here. Flight time today is going to be about 57 minutes in the air. We'll let GSX do the boarding here for us.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please boarding requested.
We'll get our nav systems aligning, crew oxygen on, fuel pumps on. We'll cool the cabins here just a little bit. We'll get our APU fired up in a second. Strobes to auto, nav and logo on. We'll get the master APU fired up here. Get that on. Smoking signs, auto, emergency exit lighting armed. We'll go ahead and start the APU. I'm just going to click APU bleed right now too.
Fuel truck is in position.
All right, let's make sure
Please
everything's
don't load
working here.
aircraft until the fuel truck arrives.
Yes, it
and
is.
asks to
There we
do
go.
it.
I'm using my my new Thrustmaster Airbus edition throttle and joystick. This will be the first stream for that, at least. All right, that's getting boarded. Let's pop
starting.
in here. Get a little bit of lighting in here. Transponder to auto. Let's get the flight initialized here in the McDo. All right, init. We'll request that. We are Lufthansa Flight 77 today. And let me take a look at our sim brief over here on the other screen. CI of 26 today, and we're going to 30,000 feet. Go ahead and request our winds. Up over to the flight plan here, and departing out of Marseille today, looks like we're going to be taking runway 13 left. And E36 Sierra, E36 Sierra for the departure. We'll go ahead and put that in there. And just for arrivals, we'll see if this changes, but currently landing runway 14 with just a slight tailwind, 1 knot. We should make for kind of an interesting arrival here. We'll do the ILS runway 14. And the arrival is going to be the Dopey 2 Gulf. Dopey 2 Gulf. And the approach transition is going to be GIT 14. Put that in there, and let's just take a quick look at that plan. Hope everybody's having a good, what is it, Wednesday? Yeah, so departing out of here, a quick left turn there before we get into some higher terrain, and then all the way up and sort of scooting right over the Alps. This should be a nice flight there. Yep, and then we've got this sort of funky little descent here for the ILS into runway 14. That looks good. Let's go ahead and get that back up there. All right, altitude, we said 30,000, so let me set that in the autopilot panel. There we go. And hopefully we're getting our people on board. Yep, I can see them coming down the jetway there. Let's hop over to our departure. 13 left, dry. We'll load the preliminary load sheet here. Packs are going to be on. We'll sync the weather just to make sure we've got the latest and greatest here. Let's see what we have for departing out of here. 2616Z. Yep, so that's like 6 minutes old. Winds 200 at 6, variable 160 to 230, cab okay. 26 10 12 for our QNH. Looks good. Let's calculate all that. That'll give us V1 of 117, VR 123, and we'll send all that to the McDo right there. So 10 12 for the QNH. Let's go ahead and do that. Verify it's on the standby and the co-pilot side there. Let me pop in here, make sure I can see everything that's happening on the other screen. There we go. So I don't miss any chat or anything like that. Okay, transponder was already on auto. We already did that. I think that's good for right now. We just got to wait for everybody to get boarded up. APU is fired up. Just make sure there. Yep, looking good. Take a look at the temperatures in here. Yeah, nice and comfy in the cabin. So while the fueling's going on right there, I thought it was a little quiet in here. Let's put the cabin on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. Please also use the space under the seats in front of you for storing your hand luggage.
I can show you the route of flight here.
Emergency exit row. Thank you.
So there we are. We'll take off from Marseille, make that quick left turn, kind of scoot around over Geneva, right over the northwest side of the Alps, and then down into Zurich. Still waiting on the fuel before I put the seatbelt sign on. Now, I was thinking about going to Geneva. I flew there the other day, and it's a okay airport. It's just the default scenery there wasn't anything that. It wasn't anything very exciting, so I figured, what the heck, we'll fly a little bit farther and head over to Zurich, which has a little bit better default scenery there. All right, looks like the fuel truck is done. I'm going to go ahead and put the seatbelt sign on. And I always forget to put that on my little timer there. Usually what I do is I use this timer for just the overall, on the ground entire sort of flight time. And then we use the chrono for actual air time. And let's see here. Like I said, I think it's 57 minutes. Yeah, 57 minutes air time. Our distance today is 355 nautical miles. A little bit longer than flying into Geneva, but hey, I think it's going to be worth it for the better airport views there. Alright, so pushing out of here, you can see we're at stand 7 here. We'll push nose left, right, because we got to get all the way down to runway 13 left right there. So we'll push nose to the left. I always got to verify that. Make sure I get my left and right correct. Looks like our Inertial navigation is all fired up there. Come over here and see if we get our load sheet once everything's loaded into the. Everybody's loaded and all the baggage is loaded there. Looks like all the folks are in there. We've got our full fuel, just waiting on the baggage to come up. That means I'm having a coffee. Now, we didn't talk about the weather here. Let me take a quick look at that. Let's see what we've got. Yesterday we had a low, I think, or the day before we had a little low spinning off in the med. And yeah, it's going to be kind of impacting us here today, I think, too. Let's take a quick look here. Let me hit that. So, Marseille. We're heading out to Zurich. Where's that? Around over here somewhere. So we still got the remnants of that low. So it should be make for an interesting flight at least.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. Please also use the space under the seats in front of you for storing your hand luggage.
Current weather over at Zurich. Winds 240 at 9, unrestricted viz, few 3,000 TCUs, so that should be interesting. We'll see if we run into any towering cumulus on our way in. Looks like we're almost there. A couple of bags and we should be done. Yeah, not a lot of baggage today. Only 115 people. So kind of a light flight here today. Looking good. We've got our final totals here. We'll send that to the McDo there. Come over to ground. Let's get the GPU and cones off. And tell GSX we are ready for pushback. Get the final load sheet here. Accept that. Go to performance here. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Come up here, get beacon on. Let the flight crew know.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
I gotta remember I've got my controls down here on my Thrustmaster throttle quadrants. I keep trying to reach over on my keyboard still for like parking brake and that.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pas inserted.
Alright, let's see, still have the door open right there. Let's get that closed up. should be pushing back here in a minute. Okay, we said nose left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, parking brake off.
Starting push. All engines.
Igniter to start.
Start at wheel.
Start engine 2.
Cabin crew, all doors in flight. Meine Damen und Herren, ich begrüße Sie auch ganz herzlich an Bord unseres A320. Zusammen mit meinen Kollegen bin ich für den Kabinenservice heute verantwortlich. Schneiden Sie sich jetzt bitte an und ziehen Sie Ihren Sitzgurt fest. Schalten Sie jetzt auch bitte alle Mobiltelefone und andere Geräte mit Sendefunktion entweder in den Flugmodus oder vollständig aus. Weitere Informationen zum Gebrauch elektronischer Geräte an Bord finden Sie im Lufthansa-Magazin. Kolleginnen und Kollegen, wünsche ich Ihnen nun einen angenehmen Aufenthalt an Bord. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to add my welcome to that of our captain. Together with my colleagues, I will be responsible for the cabin service on your flight today.
Number 2, looks like we got a good start there available. Number 1, start.
That your mobile phones and all other electronic devices with transmission functions are either switched to flight mode or switched off completely. If you would like to know more about using electronic devices on board, please read the information in your Lufthansa magazine. My colleagues and I, we hope to make your stay with us pleasant and a relaxing one. Thank you. Meine Damen und Herren, nur noch ein paar Hinweise zu Ihrer Sicherheit. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to acquaint you with our safety procedures.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake on.
Wir zeigen Ihnen jetzt, wie Sie Ihren Sitzgurt schließen und wieder öffnen können. Your seatbelt is fastened and unfastened like this.
Alright, looks like a good start on number 1. Igniters
Sollte der Druck in der
to
Kabine sinken,
normal.
fallen automatisch Sauerstoffmasken aus der Kabinendecke. Ziehen Sie eine der Masken ganz zu sich herunter, um den Sauerstauffluss zu starten.
Go ahead
Sie dann auf
and
Mund und
do
Nase. Schlagen Sie
flaps
das elastische
1.
Band über Ihren Kopf. Danach helfen Sie Kindern, Personen, die Hilfe benötigen.
And what was our trim?
In the
Up
unlikely event of a
1.
loss in cabin pressure, oxygen masks will automatically drop from the panel above you. Pull
Okay,
the mask down
transponder can
fully
go
to
on
start the flow of
TARA.
oxygen. Cover your mouth and nose with the mask and secure it by pulling the elastic strap over your head. Then assist any children or people who require assistance.
Bypass Barmouth. Left is clear. Right is
Unter jedem
clear.
Sitz ist eine Schwimmweste. Auf Anweisung der
Yeah,
Crew
APU
ziehen Sie
can
die
come
Weste
off.
über den Kopf. Führen Sie
And I
den
have my
vorne
Stream
angebrachten
Deck
Gurt nach
with
Ihre Hüfte und schließen
flight
Sie ihn.
panel
Ziehen Sie ihn dann fest.
profiles on there, so that's right. I'm
Unmittelbar bevor Sie das Flugzeug
turning off
verlassen,
my
ziehen Sie an den roten
APU
Knopf,
that
um die
way.
Weste aufzublasen.
Very
Wenn Sie das
convenient.
Flugzeug durch ein Notfenster verlassen, blasen Sie die Weste erst außerhalb auf. Falls erforderlich, benutzen Sie den roten Mundschlauch, um die Weste aufzublasen. Die Signallampe leuchtet bei Kontakt mit Wasser automatisch auf. There is a life vest under every seat. When
She's got the
instructed to
pin.
do so by the cabin crew, pull the
Taxi
vest over
light
your
on.
head. Pass the belt around your waist once and fasten the clasp.
Okay,
Then
let's
pull the
go
weight tight. Just before
brakes
you leave the
to
aircraft, pull the
maximum.
red tab to inflate the vest. If you leave the aircraft
And
through an overwing
spoilers
exit,
armed.
do not inflate the vest until you are outside
We'll
the
get our
aircraft.
ground radar
If
on,
necessary,
or I'm sorry,
go
our
into the
weather
red tubes
radar
to
on.
inflate the vest or top up the air. The signal lights up automatically in contact with water.
Alright, brakes off. Let's
In der Sitztasche finden
throttle
Sie
up
eine
here a little bit and get on out of here. So all the way down to here and then take a
besonders die Lage der
little bit of
Notausgänge ein. Sie sind mit dem roten
left.
Exit gekennzeichnet. Leuchtstreifen am Boden zeigen Ihnen den Weg dorthin. Bitte beachten Sie, dass sich der
I'm gonna
nächste
take
Weg
the
am
second
Notausgang
left out of here.
befinden kann. In your seat you will find an information card explaining
Alright,
the
takeoff
safety instructions.
config is
Please
normal.
take particular note of the location of the emergency exits, which are marked with the word exit. Illuminated strips on the floor will guide you to the exits. Remember that the nearest exit may be located behind you. Meine Damen und Herren, nur noch der Hinweis, dass dieser Flug ein Nichtraumanflug ist. Ladies and gentlemen, this flight is a non-smoking flight. Meine Damen und Herren, zum Start stellen Sie bitte Ihre Rückenlehnen senkrecht und klappen die Tische zurück. Passagiere an einem Fensterplatz werden gebeten, die Sonnenblende zum Start zu öffnen. Wir wünschen Ihnen nun einen guten Flug. Ladies and gentlemen, for takeoff, please ensure that your seat is in upright position and your table is folded away. Passengers seated at the window seat are kindly asked to open the window shades for takeoff. Thank you and enjoy your flight with us.
Alright, quick right turn down here to the end of the runway, and we will be on our way.
Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Alright, super. Now I am using my former throttle, which was the Thrustmaster HOTUS. It has the paddle in the front of the throttle. That's what I use for my ground steering. It works out pretty nice. So I do have it on my right hand side as opposed to the left hand side where it where the actual controller is, right down here. Just because I don't want to keep switching it, because I actually use that still for my GA flying. Not sure if that's a plane coming in on the final right there. Might be coming in on the parallel runway. And we're going to go all the way down to Charlie 1. Or, yeah, it says Charlie 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going all the way down to the end here before for the full length of the runway here. All right, landing lights on. So we are ready to go here. Throttles to flex, 61. Zurich, gear up. Start making that quick turn here to the left. Throttles to climb. 600, flaps up. And autopilot on. Spoilers disarmed. Yeah, I told you it was going to be a quick turnaround here after takeoff. Yeah, let's bring the sound down there a
Meine
little
Damen und
bit.
Herren, da jederzeit unerwartete Turbulenzen auftreten können, sind Sie verpflichtet, sich anzuschnallen, sobald Sie Ihren Sitzplatz eingenommen haben. Dies gilt auch dann, wenn die Anschaltzeichen ausgeschaltet sind. Ladies and gentlemen, as turbulence can occur unexpectedly at any time, you are required to have your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. This also applies if the seatbelt signs are switched off.
Here's a nice view of our Marseille. Trying to bring up my player and it's like coming up on the wrong screen. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. Let's go landing lights off. A little late there, I think. Trying to get a little bit of music there in the background. And so like I said, we should get a nice view of the Alps here. We're going to kind of scoot all the way around to the northwest of them. So good views are on the right side of the airplane today. Alright, we're already up at almost 16,000 feet. Let's get the seatbelt sign off. Everything's looking good in the cockpit here. Let's just watch the views. That's what we're here for. It's one of the reasons I picked this route was because we were going to have a nice Nice flight around the Alps here today. Get cleaned up in the cockpit here a little bit, and we'll get our auto braking off. Now in the A330, I think these are just push buttons, so you push button. But the controller actually has a knob, which I have not been able to figure out if that's just so that it's compatible with a few other airplanes. I think the co-pilot's got the better view today. So it looks like our arrival time 16:34 Zulu. I think that's kind of off. Since it's or 16:35 now, estimated time of arrival. Well, it's 16:35 right now, so at least at the top of the screen there, don't go by that, because that time right there is incorrect. I'm showing 17:08 here on Navigraph, 17:08. So, like I said, it's about 16. Yeah, it's 16:35 Zulu currently. So just over 33 minutes until arrival in Zurich. It's always kind of interesting when I did my other flight yesterday, not streaming, over to Geneva. It was sort of the same route right here. And we tend to fly around. Is it... what is this? Romans, France. Just coming up off over here, this whole little location right here, we kind of scoot around it and make a tight turn instead of kind of cutting across right here. And I'm just guessing that's because of, well, I'm not sure. Maybe they don't want, I think it's a little more populated area over here that we'll be going over. At least when I flew it yesterday, it was at night, and so I could tell there's a sort of a larger city over here. We got some traffic down below us there. Ooh, just missed him. Yeah, we kind of fly out this way instead of just cutting across. Looking at my map to see what exactly that is, since I'm not familiar with you know, France. Well, like I said, right side of the plane, we get a good view of the Alps here. We'll actually start heading into the Alps once we get a little bit farther in here. Yeah, it looks like we're at our top of descent here. I'm actually going to speed this up a little bit here since our flight time's flight speed's a little low right here. I'm going to go ahead and bump us up just a little bit. We're at Mach 0.75. I'm going to take us to Mach 0.80. We've got plenty of fuel in it. It's just a flight simulator, so might save us a few minutes of airtime here. Currently showing 30 minutes to Zurich. looks quite a bit more impressive at in the daytime than it was at nighttime. Yeah, see, we've got a couple larger cities down here. All right, next stop, I'm going to ask them to clean the airplane here a little bit. A little bit of crud on the windows here today. We're coming up to our right turn here in a minute. There we go. Getting some reflection there from the sun. How come they get to cut across? It's right there. Alright, let's double check our top of descent here. Zoomed in a little bit too much. We got 161 miles to go to top of descent. And like I said, we are bumping up our speed here a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the latest weather here for Zurich. Still 23 minutes old, so we might get an updated OB right before we land. But I'm going to go ahead and put in what we currently have here. So QNH 1012. Temperature is 25. What's the dew point? 17. Nice and humid over there. What is that? 25, 50, 60, about 80 degrees or so. And winds 250 at 6. Now our arrival and approach here takes us all the way down to, we are doing the ILS runway 14. It'll take us down at 200 feet. I can always put in the barrow. It's 1602. I usually just put radio altimeter there, but well, I'll do barrow today. Let's see what happens. And actually, the radio altimeter says 187, so we'll go with the actual barometric altitude, 1,602. All right, so we're good there. And 145 miles to descent. Now we'll start getting into some of the better views here. We'll actually just fly just south of Zurich. So we'll get Geneva, I meant to say, on our way to Zurich. hopefully we don't get the too much cloud cover up ahead here to obscure the Alps for us. But like we saw before takeoff, there's that what's left of that low kind of churning up over the central and eastern side of the Alps there, kind of ripping itself apart. Well, or the Alps are sort of shearing it apart. Just an upper level low now. We're about 40 miles from Geneva, it looks like. Geneva's just off to the side over here, next to Kini. Get rid of that. Take a look at our arrival performance here. All right, into Zurich, runway 14. Don't have any rain, so we should be dry. Let's get the latest observation. There we did get an updated one here. 1620. Same winds, still 10-12. View towering cumulus at 3,500 feet. That should be interesting. We'll go to max reverse. Let's go ahead over here and get our arrival weight right here. So zero fuel, we got the 55 plus 3, it's 5, 6, 7, 58.0. We'll put that in there, 58.0. Alright, and low braking, max reverse, plenty of room right there. Alright, and as always, I wish they, I wish Navigraph would do an update here. I wish there was a mod I could do that made our airplane a little bit different colored right here. But we're right in the center of the screen. Here's Geneva coming up quickly. Now we should get a decent look at it here. Still got some snow on the Alps, so I guess they have snow there all year round, right? Let's take a quick look at our company message here. Alright, no ADC required. Super, awesome. We took off on time. Yeah, just coming up to Geneva. Let's see here. A little bit farther. Kind of in the cloud right there. Here's the end of the lake, and Geneva Airport's right over there. That's where I flew into yesterday. See if we can block some of the sun out over here. I haven't figured out how to do this one over here. Even though I don't have the, I have the pad hard mounted, it still won't let me put this shade up. You know, because you can have the pad, it's an option, you can have it, you know, kind of on a suction cup mount on the window, and that way you can't bring up the sunshade here. But I thought you could bring up the sunshade if you hard mounted this just to the frame. Alright, there's Geneva Airport right there. I would have flown into there, like I said, but the default scenery is like no big deal over here for the airport, and I haven't found anybody that's done a decent freeware version. Look at that, it looks nice. A quick shot here, just over the Alps. I'm scooting along the northern side here, and I can show you right here. There we are. Yeah, we're just gonna scoot right across the north side of the Alps here, and then make our way down into Zurich. Got a little bit of high cloud here. Let's just check our temperatures. -9. I guess we could play it safe here, and we'll do engine ice 1 and 2 on. All right, let me take a look. Top of descent, 49 miles. I'm going to pop out of the cockpit here just for a quick second, refresh my coffee cup, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, back in the cockpit here. Got a quick splash of coffee there in the back of the plane from Judy, our lovely flight attendant. A little bit of cloudiness here, but still getting some good views of the Alps. Yeah, I'm gonna have the windows washed when we get to Zurich. Now we did bump our speed up a little bit, so I think we're kind of out of the clouds here. The plane is saying ice not detected, so I'm going to go ahead and engine ice off. And our top of descent is coming up already here. Let's take a quick look here. I'll do it over here. Zurich, let's see, what is it? The approach, I want to look at ILS 14. It's a kind of cluttered one right here, but actually if we do the arrival here, well, first let's just get our altitude down here first. So we already said 1602, so we'll set it for 1700. No, I'm sorry, 4000. We'll go 4000. I don't know what I'm thinking here. 4000 for the final approach fix. So let's bring our altitude down to 4000. There we go. We'll be ready for the descent here. Then I was going to take a look at the actual arrival, and we're doing the oh boy, what is it called? The bumpy ride over here. Do we have our seatbelt signs on? No, we'll put them on now. Arrival was Dopey 2G.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fasten seatbelt sign has now been turned on. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Where'd it go? don't be too cheap, though. Right there, first one. Yeah, so we kind of come in here from what is it? Well, we're coming in from one of these two. We take a quick turn around, come around like that, zigzag a little bit right there. All right, coming up to our top of descent here. Let's not miss it. I usually wait till we're about 2.5 miles there at the dotted line. So I'm just waiting for that to get to the sort of dots and hit managed speed. And then we're also going to do, managed altitude and managed speed. So should have slowed ourselves down a little bit beforehand. I forgot to take us because we bumped our cruise speed up a little bit. We should have taken that down beforehand. But got a little tight up there looking at the charts. Nice little afternoon here. It looks like the sun's getting a little low. I think we're good. Still good for the arrival to runway 14 here. I'm going to check the latest weather here. 14 minutes ago. Yep, still the same. Check their ATIS here. Yep, arriving. Expect ILS approach runway 14. Okay, and QNH 1012. Take a quick look down here. Let's see what we all put in before. Yep, 1012 temperature. We can update that. That's 24 now. Winds still 250 at 6, and we've still got our barrow in, so looking good there. You can see a few little showers here and there. Kind of see the sun kind of glinting through the showers here. We'll see if we pick anything else up here on our descent. And yes, that is the proper, that is the descent here. It's a little funky. We come out here, and then we come back around, then we go back around. I think we could cut this off and just go from G-pole over to here, but I think the reason we do this is just to give us time to descend. We take a look at our constraints here. Looks like we've got 8,000. Some speed constraints. Yeah, just a few of those towering queue around here. Time for a little posture check here. Now you know I don't do long hauls, so no Boeing 777 for me. Everybody's doing their 777 videos right now since PMDG just released it the other day, or yesterday actually. Alright, seatbelt sign is on. Verified. Now I have not flown into Zurich here, so hopefully we'll see how it goes. It's a little interesting. Yesterday I did the Geneva approach, and I don't know what I did. I did something wrong, probably, and couldn't get the plane. I don't know what. I don't know what I did wrong, but I had to kind of do a manual visual approach for some reason. Or at least I had to intervene. Not really a manual, but you know, I had to intervene and descend the plane myself, which usually doesn't happen over here in Europe. Usually I could just do managed all the way down to the approach. For some reason it held me up when I was trying to do the actual descent. It wouldn't go below 4,000 feet, even though I had already captured the glide slope. Kind of funky. Alright, so let's see. Zurich should be sort of off our wing, someplace over there. Like I said, I've never flown in here before. You know, I might just cut that little kink off, because there is an RNAV that does that. So I might just go direct 408. So we're going to kind of cut this little thing off right here. Let's go back here. Yeah, see if we go... 408 or 406? 6, yeah, no. 408 right there. I think I'm going to do that. 408. Offset? No, I guess that's not what I want to do. How do I do this? Direct. 408. There we go. Insert. Bring some more drag in here, because this is gonna change our flight plan a little bit. Like I said, I think we had that simply so we could do the step down in our altitude. So a little bit more drag will kill the music here. We'll start on our way down. Hopefully that didn't throw the plane for a loop here. Probably did. We're still a little high. We're going to be descending with our spoilers up most of the way here now. Alright, we'll let the flight crew know to hold on tight. I think we said low for the auto brakes. I'll bring up the landing system here, so we'll see when we pick up our
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
glide slope. And we're at 10,000. Landing lights on. Yeah, we're a little fast there just because of my little... Look at, we just missed those showers over there. Alright, 10-12 on the Q&H. I think I have the airport in sight already. Alright, we'll wait to get below the glide slope here. Alright, and there's 220. Let's go flaps 1. And I'm going to activate approach mode here. Hopefully we capture our glide path here. If not, there we go. Glide slope and localizer captured. Alright, 11.6 miles out. Still got the spoilers out here, getting ourselves slowed up. Alright, that's 200 feet. Let's go flaps 2. Alright, and upon landing, we'll take a right-hand turn and then find a nice gate for ourselves. Alright, flaps 3. Speed checked. It's a nice little approach here right over the hills, huh? Alright, and spoilers down, flaps 4. And gear down. And spoilers armed. Bring that sound up a little bit. Yeah, pretty countryside here, huh? Alright, 1,000 feet, autopilot off. My airplane. Alright, visual now. Just following the happy lights down.
300.
Right.
100 above. 200. Minimum.
Landing.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Manual braking. Rust reversers stowed. Alright guys, welcome to Zurich. Spoilers up, or I should say spoilers down, and flaps up. Now, we're going to take...
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte bleiben Sie noch so lange angeschnallt sitzen,
I'm going to take this high speed right here into the gates.
über ihn ausgeschaltet wurden. Kapitän und seine Crew danken Ihnen, dass Sie heute Lufthansa und die Star
And this is the default scenery, so I haven't downloaded anything for it.
Gegebenenfalls eine angenehme und sichere Weiterreise. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to keep a seatbelt fastened until the captain has switched off the seatbelt signs above your heads. We, the entire crew, would like to say goodbye to you now. We thank you for having chosen Lufthansa and Star Alliance and wish you a pleasant stay here and, above all, a safe onward
But it
journey.
looked a lot better
Take care,
than
bye-bye, and auf Wiedersehen.
Geneva. Let's see, where shall we park? We haven't picked a gate anywhere, but I think I'm going to go right over here. A little past it there. Echo 19. Alright, there, we'll get lined up. Alright guys, that's about all there is for today. I hope you enjoyed that flight. We got 2 gate bridges right here, so we're going to stop right there. Parking brake on. And engine 1 and 2 off. Seatbelt sign off and beacon off.
The boarding requested.
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that flight over here to Zurich from Marseille. Let's pop out a little bit here and have a look at the airport. Like I said, this is the default airport, so
Passengers deboarding starting.
it's not all that exciting, but actually it's better than a lot of the other default airports for Microsoft Flight Sim. Oh, goodness, that's loud, huh? A decent little airport here. Not a little bit loud. I have to fly in here a little bit more often. Like I said, I haven't flown in here the screenshot or the thumbnail for the stream. I basically just load up into one of the gates and take the screenshot. So it was the first time landing here, and I think it went pretty good. even with my screwing with the actual approach path there. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. See you next time. Not sure where we'll be flying or what we'll be flying, but we'll have some more fun taking a look at the scenery. Take care guys.